Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Looking right at the numbers, in the past week, there have been 129 properties that have gone under contract in the Hudson County Multiple Listing Service. This means they have offers that have been accepted on them. This is up significantly from last week, which was 94 properties. So as we enter the spring market here in the Hudson County area, we have more activity. So 129 properties under contract in the past week. They had an average list price of $782,000. That's down slightly from last week. It was $807,000. The median list price was $734,000. That's up. Last week it was $675,000. And from a days on the market perspective, average days on market in the past week was 35 days. Median days was 15 days. Last week it was 42 median and 42 average, and 24 was the median. So properties selling slightly faster than the previous week, with an average days in the market of 35 and the median being just about 2 weeks. Looking through the list, some properties that stood out to me: in Edgewater, you had a 1-bedroom, 2 full bath unit at the Glass House, 3 Somerset Lane, unit 616. List price was $839,000. It was on the market 9 days. This is a 998 square foot, 1-bed, 2 full bath plus den. It's on the top floor of the building. And the Glass House, located on the Hudson River waterfront. It's built on the former Unilever site. This is where Unilever's factory was, and they developed the Unilever building, which is just north of it, which is called the Pearl, and the Glass House is ground up new construction that was built here along the Hudson River. And this is on the border of North Bergen and Edgewater. So North Bergen is right here. This is Rock Harbor and the Watermark, and then just past it is the Glass House. It's a full-service building, concierge, doorman. There's on-site parking, as well as an outdoor pool, fitness center, residence lounge. So a very high level of amenities. And this is a 1-bedroom plus den unit. Building was built about 6 years ago. So this modern unit here under contract at the Glass House, list price was $839,000. In Hoboken, there was a 1-bed, 1.5 bath at Maxwell Place, 1125 Maxwell Lane, unit 551. List price was $899,000. It was on the market for 6 days. And this is located in phase 2, which is 1125 Maxwell Lane, built around 2008, 2009 by Toll Brothers. I don't have interior photos of this unit. However, it did sell in just about a week. List price was $899,000. Maxwell Place, located on the Hudson River, former Maxwell Place coffee site, built in 4 different phases. You had 1025 Maxwell, which was phase 1, built in 2004, and this is phase 2, just across the street on the waterfront, built around 2008, 2009 by Toll Brothers. So that's under contract. List price was $899,000 at Maxwell Place in Hoboken. Let me see here. Up in another building not far from Maxwell Place, Harborside Lofts, 1500 Garden Street, Unit 8L. When this came on the market a week ago, I knew it would sell pretty quick. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,900 square foot unit on the 8th floor. As I mentioned in previous videos, 3 bedrooms in very high demand. This property did receive multiple offers, and they did ask for all buyers to present their highest and best offer last week, and it looks like they accepted one and have moved forward with selling the property. The list price was $2,450,000, 6 days on the market. So Harborside Lofts, former factory building, located just west of the Hudson T building. It was developed by Toll Brothers around 2007, 2008. About 100 units in the association. And if you're familiar with the Hudson T building, which is next door, very similar in the ceiling heights. You have very high ceilings, about 13, 14 feet on average. This unit faced, it was a southwest facing unit. So it was on the corner. So this looks west towards Union City and Jersey City Heights. And then it faced south overlooking Hoboken. Here is Park and Garden, which is a rental building. And then this actually, you see the top of the roof deck of the parking garage across the street. So you clear the parking garage and you're looking south into Hoboken. And you can see that better from this view. Here's the World Financial Center, downtown Jersey City. So this unit's going to get a lot of light, especially on the south side. And it has gone under contract at Harborside Lofts. And when it closes in a few months, be happy to report back on what it ended up selling for. My guess is probably went over asking, just because this kind of product right now in Hoboken, a full service building, 3-bedroom, especially in the northeast corner, is in very high demand. Harborside Lofts concierge building. They do have on-site fitness center and a small residence lounge on site. You also have access to the amenities in 1400 Hudson and 1450 Washington Street, which is across the street. So that's under contract at Harborside Lofts. And all these buildings I'm discussing will be linked down below here on YouTube from my website, Living on the Hudson, where you can check out other units that may have sold or that are available in the community. Over in Hoboken as well, Sky Club, 700 First Street, Unit 8M, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,144 square foot unit. List price was $775. This was on the market for 12 days. Sky Club located at 700 First Street in Hoboken, built in 2 different phases. Phase 1 was the East Tower, and then Phase 2 was the West Tower here. This property is located in the West Tower. It was on the courtyard of the building, so it was in the middle of the building looking towards the East Tower. This was developed by Toll Brothers in the early 2000s, 2003, 2004, 2005 timeframe. And it's located on the southwest corner of Hoboken, not far from the Hudson Bergen Light Rail, which is right behind the building. And the building does offer a shuttle to and from Hoboken Path. It's a concierge building. As far as other amenities go, they do not have a fitness center. Residents have access to the fitness club next door, which is Sky Club Fitness, which is built on the roof of the parking garage. But you have to pay extra for that. I believe there might be a reduced rate for residents, but it is a separate payment if you wanted to go use the gym in that building. But the building does have concierge. They have a large lobby residence lounge area that they renovated a few years ago. And you can see here, this unit was on the courtyard overlooking the East Tower and a small view of lower downtown Jersey City. And that's under contract. List price $775, 12 days in the market at the Sky Club. In Jersey City, Journal Square, you had 4 Beacon Way, Unit 704, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,026 square feet. At the Beacon in Journal Square, this is the former Jersey City Medical Center that was converted into condominiums around 2006, 2007. And this list price was $509,999, 4 days on the market. The Beacon, if you drive on the Turnpike extension, you'll see it here as you look over to the west side of Jersey City, made up of several different buildings. The main condominium building is 4 Beacon Way, which is sometimes called the Rialto. And it's a concierge building. They have a very high level of amenities, the beautiful amenities in the building. Residence lounge, large fitness center, indoor pool. You're not far from Journal Square Path as well. And if you want to commute out, if you're driving out of the area, not far from the Turnpike. But this is a 2-bedroom under contract at the Beacon. There hasn't been a 2-bedroom there in a while from my perspective. Seems to be a lot of 1-bedrooms lately coming up. So here you have a 2-bedroom, and it went quickly, less than a week on the market. And that's under contract. List price $509,000 at the Beacon. Downtown Jersey City, you had 75 Park Lane South, Unit 2303. This is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,888 square foot 3-bed. List price was $2,450,000, on the market for 14 days. So this is the Park and Shore building. This is located in this tower, which is 75 Park Lane South, in the Newport section of downtown Jersey City. So in Newport, you have a mixture of condominiums and rental buildings, exclusive rental buildings. The condominiums which you can own in are the James Monroe, which is back over behind this building. You can't quite see it from here. It's actually called the Emerald now at 45 River Drive South. You have Park and Shore, which is here and here and here. And then you have the Shore Club, which is right here, which is 1 Shore Lane, and the building right behind it, which is 20 Newport Parkway. Everything else you see here in Newport is a rental building. So you can only rent there. And here you have a 3-bedroom, looks like a corner unit with a city view, on the market for less than 2 weeks, listed price $2,450,000. And this is a concierge building. They also have a very high level of amenities. They have a sky lounge with a work area, residence lounge, large fitness center, indoor pool as well. Concierge building. And you're not far from Hoboken Path, which is just north, or Newport Path, which is only about less than 10 minutes away by foot, if you wanted to get to both path stations. So this 3-bedroom under contract at Park and Shore in downtown Jersey City. Also in downtown Jersey City on the waterfront, Crystal Point, 2 2nd Street, unit 1604, 1 bed, 1.5 bath, 1,050 square foot. This is a direct east facing towards New York, 1 bedroom. List price was $1,050,000, on the market for 2 weeks. So this unit was actually located here in the east side, in the front of the building. So I don't have interior pictures, but it looked directly at the World Financial Center in Lower Manhattan. So it had like sweeping direct views in New York, and it's listed for $1,050,000, on the market for 2 weeks. When it closes, I'll be happy to report back on what it ended up selling for. Just looking at some other neighborhoods here in Weehawken. You had the Avora building, 800 Avenue at Port Imperial, unit 812, 2 bed, 2 bath, 1,497 square foot, 2 bedroom. List price was $1,498,000, on the market for 20 days. So Avora was built by Landsea, California-based developer, about 6 years ago in the Port Imperial section of Weehawken, not far from the ferry terminal in Weehawken, West New York. Ferry terminal is actually right next door. And this is a full-service building. And here you have a 2-bedroom. It looks like it's on the courtyard with a city view. And this is looking through the courtyard of the building. So the pool is actually right down here. And you have 2 towers, a north and south tower. And this unit looks directly through the courtyard. And this was on the market less than 3 weeks. And it's now under contract at the Avora building in Weehawken. List price $1,498,000. As far as solds go, couple units sold here, downtown Jersey City, 1 Green Street, unit 303. This is Claremont Cove, 3 bed, 3 bath duplex, 2,100 square feet. List price was $1,990,000. I actually represented the buyer on this unit, and it sold for $2,112,000. 4 days on the market. So this was a south-facing 3-bedroom duplex over in the Paul's Hook section. And you can see here, it overlooked Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, and Lower Manhattan. Unit was very bright, had a lot of light. And 3 bedrooms in this neighborhood are in extremely high demand. This is the PS 16 School District, Cornelia Bradford School District, which has high demand, located not far from Exchange Place Path in the Paul's Hook section. Claremont Cove, built in the late 70s, concierge building. They have an outdoor pool, a fitness center, and a residence lounge. It's an atrium-style building. And here you have a south-facing unit, 3-bedroom duplex, selling at Claremont Cove for $2,112,000. And up in West New York, you have a 2-bed, 2-bath at Grandview 2, 20 Avenue of Port Imperial, unit 211. List price was $825. It sold for $840, so it sold over asking. 7 days on the market. This was developed by K. Hovnanian, so this is a good shot you can see here of the entire Port Imperial section of West New York. So over here you have Hudson Club, you have Grandview 1, Building 22 Avenue of Port Imperial, and then Building 20 Avenue of Port Imperial, which is Grandview 2. And over here is 9 on the Hudson. And then that was developed by Kavnanian, and Toll Brothers owns this land here, which they're going to develop into a building called Vista Point, which is going to come out this coming summer. Well, they haven't broken ground yet, but that's going to be announced soon. And that's new construction coming soon. And I'll link down below where we have a page set up if you want to sign up for alerts for Vista Point. But right now at Grandview 2, you had a 2-bedroom selling here. And this unit looks like it's on the courtyard of the building. This is the pool area down below, and it has a small view of New York. And this sold for $840,000. Next door at the Hudson Club, you had 26th Ave Port Imperial, Unit 306, 1 bed, 1 bath, 753 square feet. List price was $535. It sold for $530. 12 days on the market. It also came with parking for 1 car. So this is located in the Port Imperial section over at the Hudson Club, not far from the previous building, Grandview 2. And it looks like there's been some updates here in this kitchen. That's not an original kitchen. This was a south-facing unit. They're building a rental building next door here. So this is looking at the new building that's going up. And there you have Unit 306 selling for $530,000. And finally, there was a 2-bed, 2-bath duplex unit, Unit 434, in the same building, 26th Ave Port Imperial. List price was $885. It sold for $875, 41 days on the market. In the Hudson Club, the 4th floor units are duplex levels. So here you had a western-facing unit. This looks towards River Road here. So it's a non-view home. And here you have many of these units have this open area above that looks down into the living room. Some people use it as a bedroom. Some people use it as a play area or office area. But you had the 2-bedroom, 2-bath plus the loft area selling for $875 at the Hudson Club in West New York. Here's a snapshot in the past week as far as inventory levels go. I'll link this down below here on YouTube. Inventory is starting to go up a little bit as we enter the spring market, and you could see kind of what the levels were this week versus last week, and then the absorption rates as far as the pace at which each area is selling and how many properties have gone under contract in each area, in the past 30 days. I've talked about this in previous videos. As far as absorption rates go, the closer you get to 0 months of supply, it's a stronger seller's market. The further you, usually 6 months or greater of supply, is a buyer's market. So most areas are in a seller's market, Hoboken being in a very strong seller's market right now, Guttenberg being more closely to a buyer's market. But you can check out this. I'll link this down below where you can download and check it out. Also, news articles. There's a mixed-use development project. It looks like they've secured financing. If you come past, I call this the David Bowie building. You pass this on Jersey Avenue. This is in the Soho West, I believe, neighborhood, south of Hoboken West, they call it. It's technically downtown Jersey City. If you go on this road toward north on Jersey Ave, you'll enter into Hoboken. There's a large piece of property here, and it looks like they've secured a loan to break, and they're going to be breaking ground fairly quickly on this property. It looks like this is 670 units with ground floor retail. It's going to propose to look something like this. So that looks like it's going to be residential rentals, another rental building that's going up, but I'll link this down below. Everything in this neighborhood that has been built has been rental. So it's just another rental building. Unfortunately, right now, there are a few condo projects coming up in 2025. Mid-year, we have a Vista Point in West New York, and then there's another project coming up in Weehawken. I believe it's 1800 Avenue, Port Imperial. So that's going to be coming up. But I know the realtor community wishes there was much more inventory coming on the market for purchase. Unfortunately, a lot of developers have been building rentals. So I'll link this down below. These videos come out every Monday. If you have any questions about the Hudson County real estate market, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Thank you for your time. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Have a great day.